Hello everyone. You are watching a segment of the countdown program from January 15, 2024. Today is Monday. Watch all of our videos on Patreon. Subscribe and watch. And I am glad to welcome everyone who is becoming our patrons right now. I'll talk about the themes of the postscript later, but for now about the most important thing. The Bundeswehr has developed an action scenario in the event of a possible military conflict with Russia. This scenario involves the stationing of tens of thousands of German soldiers in the Baltic states and Poland. The document, obtained by the editors of the Bild newspaper, describes possible events from February 2024, which begin with Russian mobilization and end with the imminent threat of war in the summer of 2025. The German Ministry of Defense does not comment on this scenario, according to which Russia could mobilize 200,000 people into the army, after which it would achieve significant success in the spring offensive against the Ukrainian armed forces. It is expected that Moscow will accompany the military offensive with large-scale cyber attacks, especially in the Baltic countries, as well as provocations for which it will use the Russian-speaking population in the Baltic republics. In September, Russia may hold joint maneuvers with the Allied Army of Belarus, during which it will deploy 50,000 Russian troops in western Russia and in Belarus itself. The German scenario calls for further escalation in October, when Russia moves medium-range missiles into the Kaliningrad enclave between Poland and Lithuania. At the same time, massive propaganda will begin in Kaliningrad, claiming that the countries of the North Atlantic Alliance are preparing for an invasion. Moscow's target will be the Suwalki corridor, which is a strategic strip of land along the Polish-Lithuanian border separating Belarus from the Kaliningrad enclave. And already in December, an artificially caused border conflict may break out in this area, as a result of which many people will die. In addition, as Bild pointed out, the dispute will use a possible period of intergovernmentalism in the United States, which will come after the presidential elections. The scenario provides that after extraordinary meetings of the UN Security Council and the deployment of NATO troops in Poland and the Baltic countries, Russia will strengthen its military presence in the region. In response, the alliance will declare Day X, calling up 300,000 troops, including 30,000 Germans, to Poland and the Baltics. The scenario ends 30 days after X Day, when over 500,000 Russian and alliance soldiers face each other. The ending does not indicate whether Russia will ultimately retreat or whether the situation will escalate into a full-scale war. Become our patrons right now and look further in this program. The day before, the Ukrainian armed forces managed to shoot down 2 Russian aircraft over the Sea of Azov, an A-50 radar aircraft and an IL-18 flying command post. Today, President of Ukraine Zelensky began his visit to Switzerland, where he will meet with officials and speak in Davos. A president was elected in Taiwan, and Beijing is frowning with displeasure, trying to ignore the results of the democratic vote. The growing influence of the pro-Nazi Alternative for Germany party has Germans taking to the streets of their cities this weekend. Watch in the program, Postscript. Frozen assets freeze the Kremlin, where they expect to fight for their loot to the end. The boys cannot come to terms with the loss of money, experiencing phantom pain in the area of the wallet that no longer belongs to them. Republican primaries will be held today in the U.S. state of Iowa. According to preliminary polls, Donald Trump is leading. And that is all. View all of our programs on the Patreon resource. And thanks to everyone who is becoming our patrons right now. Hugs to everyone. See you on Thursday. Glory to Ukraine.